Guys, last trade breakdown for the week. So for Friday, 16th of June 2023. So what we can see clearly, daily is bullish, broke structure, and we've just been pushing higher. Look at how these lows are being respected and highs kept getting broken. So we're bullish here. But we take into account it's Friday. So again, same thing. If this was Monday, so we have, let's say, the candles like this. So right now we've got a wick on this end, but we have no wick on that end. So if we want the weekly candle to make a wick, we need price will need to push down like that. So sell off a little bit on a Friday to create that wick on either end. So Friday can be used for retracement. So that was my thought process. Then we have a daily order block here, which can push price lower. So that was the analysis on the daily. Moving to a 4-hour chart. We also have this 4-hour fair value gap here where the daily is. So that was pretty much it. Go check your weekly. There's also a weekly fair value gap there. So just before London, on the 4-hour, we can see there wasn't much. On the 1-hour now, we can see that price respected this fair value gap, 1-hour fair value gap, and then it pushed a bit. So right now I am expecting, or what I was looking at was for this, if you see, we just have low resistance liquidity, so trend line liquidity like that. So I'm thinking that price is going to push up higher, and then I did mark out this order block here. Now if you were following on my Telegram chat, I called the shorts before, and then I had this green line there. So there was a reason that line was there. Oh yeah, you can check out my Telegram channel. Link is in the description, so you can have a look at that as well. Here would be sell side liquidity. Now there is a lot of liquidity here because we're just consolidating. So I will expect a move, some sort of reaction off this, because we take our liquidity out into an order block. The body has not been touched. Going into now London session, so price was just pushing up. There was no real entry that I could have gotten in, so that's fine. I don't want to just enter for 1 minute, even though we could have in these situations, because price was just continuing higher and higher. I like to use a bit more higher time frame. So no chance of me getting the buys. So we take out this high here, and then we tap into the daily order block. And look at the reaction once we tap into it. It's instantly pushing down. Now I check on a 5-minute time frame, and we get a strong push up. And usually, I shouldn't say usually, but since we took out liquidity, we go to a 1-hour time frame. Look at how this candle closed. It closed with a big wick taking out this. So this is not a break of structure. So we had buy side liquidity taken out into a daily order block. Now on a 5-minute, I'll have a look and see, is there anything I like? And what I can see straight away is this. We have a bullish price range. So a BPR. Sorry, not a bullish, a balanced price range. So I'm waiting to see if price comes into here and how it reacts. And I've got this as my target. So again, on the other side, now we have trend line liquidity and sell side liquidity before the 15-minute order block. So pull this to here because that's the end of London session at 5 AM or London kill zone. Going on to a 1-minute time frame, I can see that we break structure here. So we're bearish now on the 1 minute, and we break structure again here. So now what I see, price goes up, and it doesn't break a high. That's first of all, it just wicks it. And on the 5-minute, this would be, well, we can go there and check. You can see how this is respecting this balanced price range. So now what I see again is just the same thing on a lower time frame, a balanced price range here. So entry could just be off here, could be off the order block, whatever you want. It's not really a big deal. Can be off the close of it, just depends how you want to enter. And then your targets can be here, here, or the sell side liquidity right here as your final target. So easiest way I would maybe do is just the 50% of that. So it could go there, or well, that's going to be now in there, the balanced price range, or can do the 50% of this, which will give me a nice risk to reward, and it's likely that it will get hit. So either way you want to enter is fine. And then we can see price just dropped, gave a little re-entry here off that fair value gap, so could have put our stop loss entry here, and then stop loss above. So enter anywhere on the fair value gap. Let's say we enter 50% something here, and then continue lower. So you still get almost 3R. So maybe you want to push it up until you do get 3R, and that's where it is. So two really nice trades there that we could have had. And then once this gets taken out, it doesn't mean I'm going to buy. That's not at all what it means. It means I'm going to monitor how price reacts at this point. So moving to a 5-minute or 15-minute time frame. Going to delete this stuff now so it's clear. Look at the reaction we get. So we take out the trend line liquidity, and we take out the sell side liquidity at the bottom into the bullish 15-minute order block, which is here. And look at this. We just sweep these lows. So now, if you're unsure of what's going to happen next, you can simply target this high, because it is likely if price is going to, let's say you're thinking price will sell off, right? It's likely that price could do this then. Take this out and sell. So why not take your profit here instead of here? Because you don't know where it will go. So I waited on, I wasn't watching this, but I was out for Friday. But what I would be doing is seeing what's happening. Do we have any breaks of any sort? What is going on? So we have a 1-minute sweep, so not a BMS. So now I'm not going to take a buy off here because it doesn't follow my rules. I'll wait and see what's happening. So now price is going lower, and now I see we really have swept these this low here. So now I'm paying attention and seeing what is price doing. Price is respecting this 3-minute fair value gap, which is a balanced price range as well, because there's a gap on this side. So from here to here, and now price has gone up and it's made a 3-minute fair value gap here. On the 1 minute, we can see this is a pretty strong push above these highs. So if I put everything together, I have a sweep of this low. On the 5 minute, we had a sweep of these lows here. So it's showing that we have an eagerness to go higher now because of the whole story. Swept this sell side, tapped into this 15-minute order block, broke here. We're not sure if it's a wick to reverse or a BMS, but then we take out this and go higher again. So now I'm going to enter off that 3-minute fair value gap. 1-minute order block there, stops at this low because it's safe, and target can be this high here. Simple, safe target. So if we fast forward, so we've got tapped in over here, and then price almost misses it, but then it comes back, and there we go. So now, based on my rules, once we break this high, I go break even. So either I'm taking my profit here, or either way I'm break even here. And unfortunately, what happened what would have happened is price would have taken me out at break even. But those are my rules, and I've got to follow them. And that was it. So you could have had 3R here. Price did keep going to take out this. So if you didn't go break even, you would still be in this trade. Now getting into the New York session. So we'll get rid of this stuff here. Getting into this New York session, we have price, so fast forward. Alright, so we have strong push up right here. Looking at this, we went higher, we come back down, go like this, taking out, maybe it's clear on a lower time frame. Take out this, but this is all very choppy. This is all very choppy. If you were to take an entry, it would have to be directly under this here, strong low, broke structure, and you have to understand that price is going higher. I don't think I would take this entry just on how choppy price is. I want to see something a bit more clear. So maybe you get an entry in here. So we can have a look and see what's happening. We tap into a 5-minute fair value gap, which we can see right here. Targets are here. We have on the 1 minute fair value gap created here. So what we can simply do, we could enter here. So let's see if it hit the 50%. So maybe I'm just going to miss this trade. Or if you want to get in, always enter at the start of a fair value gap. And then see how much this target is. So seeing as this is 3R and the stop loss is only 2.7 pips, it makes sense that you might want to enter there. But if I'm entering at 50%, I miss it. So you make that judgment. The fact is, the trade, you're getting in the right direction. Now we hit take profit here. Look, there was an entry also on the 5-minute fair value gap here, but unfortunately the risk to reward would just not be enough if you're playing it safe. You'd have to put your stop loss there, and even if you put it here, it's still not enough for me with 2.3R. So that was the buy that you could have got in here on the 1 minute, but now we've taken out this high. So when we've taken out this high, we need to see the reaction after. So go to a higher time frame. We can see it was a wick and then another wick that wicked above here. So it's not showing a lot of strength to go higher, and we are expecting Friday to retrace, and we're at the daily order block. So go to a 5-minute time frame, and what do we see? We see a break of structure here. So once I see this break of structure here, I'll look on a 3-minute, 1 minute, and see, okay, is there anything? Now, you could have entered at the top here, possibly. If you go for 1 minute, that's too risky for me. I want to see a 5-minute break, so I'm waiting for this. So now that I get that 5-minute break, I will wait and see what we have. So price took out this low and started to go a bit higher. Now, this will be how you could ping pong, I guess, but you can see at this stage here, let me rewind it. At this stage here, price didn't get to the 50% yet and didn't get to this large fair value gap. On a 15-minute time frame, there's an order block here as well. So price didn't get to there. So, and there is a 5-minute balanced price range. So you could be looking for buys in this area. So take it how you will. Just make sure that the risk to reward makes sense. Maybe you take a trade like this. Will it be enough? Maybe not. So you want to tighten your stop loss. Leave that up to you. Look for lower time frame buys. Or you can instead just be patient and take the trade in the main direction, which is bearish, because we have a 1 hour sweep. We are expecting Friday to be bearish. We've got a daily order block. All right. We've got the gap here, so you could have entered where that 15-minute order block is directly, or we can wait and see if we get a confirmation entry. So once I saw this move down heavily, it's unlikely that price is going to push back up to this because it's got no reason to do so. It is now going, at minimum, it is coming for this. That is what it wants. but it wants to come all the way down to here. So if we look at this, these are the situations where price may not get to the 50% of a range. This is moving way too fast, and you see that we're just pushing like that. We've got a 5-minute order block that may not even get to either. So because these are the whole order block, 3 candles and then a push down. So we've got that 1-minute fair value gap and this 1-minute fair value gap. Now the only way to get into this trade would have been to obviously enter this 1-minute fair value gap. You could put your stop loss above this breaker candle here, or I'm not sure the name, mitigation breaker. All I know is I see it and I know how it works. So that would have been the only way you could have taken that trade. The stop loss, if you were waiting for confirmation. If not, you could have just taken it directly. The stop loss would have been too big because my risk to reward needs to be at least 3R, and that was my safe target for it. So I wouldn't take that trade personally. You could have if you wanted, and you can see it did hit 3R, but it doesn't follow my rules. Anyway, that is pretty much it for that day. So we are now at the end of kill zone. That means the session is done. So hopefully you guys learned a lot this week from these breakdowns. If you do, again, subscribe, like, and let me know what else you want to see. Thanks.